Yo, yo, what's happening, everybody? Dave Bowen, the last honest marketer, and I want you to stop everything you're doing and pay attention. You know the drill. Close out all windows and pay close attention to this video because today I have a very, very inspirational message for you. Actually, yesterday I stumbled across a video. I posted it on my Facebook wall, so for those of you that are connected to me on Facebook, you might have seen it on there. And for those of you that aren't, connect with me on Facebook. I'll probably put a link below this video to connect with me on Facebook. So click that link, add me as a friend, and let's connect. But anyways, this video really, really changed me. I had a transformation. It really inspired me. It was seriously one of the most inspirational videos I've ever seen. And it's one of those videos on YouTube where, it's just very inspirational. It's got some excerpts from other things, and just like for instance, okay, and this video literally brought tears to my eyes as how powerful it is. It was exactly what I needed yesterday. And did you know that Walt Disney was fired from a newspaper for lacking imagination and having no original ideas? Think about that for a minute, guys. Walt Disney, the guy that created Mickey Mouse, winner of 22 Academy Awards, creator of Disneyland, for lacking imagination and having no original ideas. Did you know that Albert Einstein could not speak until he was 4 years old, and his teachers told him that he would never amount to much? Now think about that one. This also reminds me of a story, okay, a true story. And it's in Jack Canfield's Secrets to Success, which is an incredible video. It's about an hour long. You'll probably find it on YouTube. And he tells a story of this woman that was going to college to become a writer. She had a scholarship, and she wrote this paper, and her professor gave her an F. So she goes up to her professor and she says, what's up with this? I'm supposed to be a writer. I got a scholarship, and you gave me an F. And he said, you're not a writer, and you never will be a writer. And either you switch your major, or you're going to fail my class and lose your scholarship. So, of course, what'd she do? She switched her major. And 25 years later or so, she lives in this little small town in Texas, and they're shooting a movie in this small town. So her and a friend say, let's go check this out. Well, she immediately runs to the writers, and the writers go, what in the hell are you coming to see us for? Why don't you go see the actors? And she said, well, I was going to college to become a writer, and I was told that I couldn't write, so I switched my major. And this writer goes, well, write something for me, send it to me, and I'll tell you if you can write or not. He's like, I do this for a living, so I'll tell you if you can write or not. So she went out, wrote this thing up, sent it to him, and it was Romancing the Stone. That was later made into a movie. Now, she quit. She quit writing because her professor at Harvard told her that she could not write. Now, think about that for a minute, guys. She lost 25 years or so of writing that she could have been writing because she listened to somebody else tell her what she can and cannot do. Now, maybe you're doing that in your life. Maybe you have people telling you that you can't make money online, that making money is hard, and it's a scam or it's a scheme. You can't make money online. And I understand that. I had people doing that in my life when I got into network marketing and when I first got online. But I'm here to tell you guys that you can do whatever you want to do, and to never let someone tell you what you can and cannot do. So click that link below. Stop listening to others. If it's what you want to do, do it. Do it. If you want it, go out and get it. Go out and freaking get it. Because nobody's going to get it for you. So click that link below, guys. Get started. But, it really opened my eyes up. Because, see, we are all created equal, guys. That's the thing. And I love a quote from Emmitt Smith. You may have heard me say this before, but after he won his first Super Bowl, he did this commercial. And at the end of this commercial, it said, all men are created equal. Some work harder in preseason. And, that's just so powerful, guys. It is. It's so true, so powerful, because we are all created equal. You know, we are all created in the image of our Creator, whether you call that God, infinite intelligence, whatever. We are all created equal. It's just a matter of what you do with your mind. And I've been started listening again to Napoleon Hill. I've listened to this audio probably 10 times. But for some reason, yesterday it just was really, really hit me. I guess it was exactly what I needed. And this brings up another good point, not to get off, go 10 different ways here. But I love the quote, for those of you that have been following me, you know that I'm a recovering alcoholic and drug addict. And I love a quote from the program that says, you are exactly where you're supposed to be at this moment. Nothing, absolutely nothing happens in God's world by mistake. Everything has a reason and a purpose. And I can say that that's so true. Because I am exactly where I am today because of some of the other struggles that I've gone through, some of the bad things that I've done, and even some good things that I've done. I mean, everything that happened in my life happened for a reason. And so anyways, this Napoleon Hill audio, he's just talking about how powerful our minds are. And his business partner was W. Clement Stone, a very, very successful man. And he was talking about how, W. Clement Stone never worries about anything. And he was just talking about how he never worries. And that's because he understands the power of his mind, and that if he's worried about something, or if there's something that he should be worried about, he knows that all he has to do is just use the power of his mind to go out and fix it, to go out and create more, to go out and create what he wants in his life, because he understands the power of his mind. And it's so true. And he also talks about how, the difference between successful people and unsuccessful people is something called faith. You should write down your major definite purpose. What do you want to achieve in life? What do you want out of life? For instance, for me, it's of course to become, a multimillionaire, own a multi-million-dollar business, but it's also, to retire my parents, to help others, to give back to charities and start a halfway house and all kinds of other things, have freedom. That's my major definite purpose. And here's the thing, is that you can have a major definite purpose, but until you have faith and believe that you can achieve that thing that you want, that purpose, that major definite purpose, you will not achieve it. And that's the difference in successful and unsuccessful people. Successful people believe and have faith that they can do it. And when you back your faith squarely behind your higher power, when you turn it over to Him, now, it doesn't mean that you don't take action, but when you turn it over to Him and realize, again, like I said, that you are exactly where you're supposed to be at this moment, then that's when things will change for you. Now, like I said, that does not mean that you should not take action. You should always be taking action. And that's another thing that Napoleon Hill talks about in that audio, is that if you're not taking action, the universe does not think that you really want what you're asking for. If you're just staying idle, you are not. Because see, we give off energy. Our thoughts are energy. We are energy. And when you are idle, when you are not moving towards your definite purpose, you are not giving off the right energy to achieve that. Okay? So, again, guys, never, ever let somebody tell you that you can't do something. And believe that you can make money online. I know that you can. I know that you can live a life of freedom. If you just take action. Again, as Napoleon Hill said, if you are not moving towards your major definite purpose in life, you are not going to achieve it. Okay? So move towards that purpose, guys. Whatever your purpose is, I'm sure that you want freedom. I mean, who does not want time and money together? So if that's the case, move towards your purpose instead of moving back. Just like they say that you're either growing or you're dying. There's no in between. Same with a tree. If a tree isn't growing, it's dying. All right? So same thing with human beings. So move towards that and click that link below and get started today, guys. Just pull out your credit card. Make a decision to join our team today. And I'm telling you, it will change everything for you. It will change everything for you. So I love you guys. I will talk to you later. Dave Bowen, signing off.